Hi, this is Neil Walters from neilsvideos.com once again. And now I'm here to tell you that Townstar Godot is live. So when you click on the regular Townstar link now, you're going to get a screen like this. They're going to leave the what they call the Townstar Legacy, I guess, as another link. I'm not sure why, but pretty much we're moving now to Godot, which is something they've been working on for probably a year. It's a new play engine. I forget which one it was. They were using, I think, Play Canvas, and they switched to something else. And so it's going to solve problems with cheaters, for one thing, during the competitions. And the other thing that's going to be cool is they have what's called a fast forward feature, which we'll get to later, but that's not working yet. So you're going to have these two links, casual and events. Now, in the old days, we used to have 5 servers we could practice on. I don't know if they're still going to have 5 of these or not. Right now, there's just one called casual. That's where you practice. And then there are going to be events. And like today, May 2nd, is beginning the kind of like a practice competition. There will be no leaderboard this week. So unfortunately, you won't be able to see how well you really do compared to other people, other than just by chatting with them on Discord. I think it's still good to practice this week because basically, I believe we're going to have the same meta or the same contest next week, and the next week is for real. There will be prizes. You can earn, I forget what it's called. There's milestones. There's milestones during Mayhem, and I believe you can start earning your milestones now, even in the casual mode. I think you might want to double check on that. And I just want to show you what the new city layout looks like here. So I'm going to hit casual. I started it last night when it came up, and there were a lot of people just waiting to jump on it. I mean, there's just people that just love this game. It was just amazing how many people were waiting to jump on this. And I don't know, I stayed up late doing it. I'm not even sure why I stayed up. I stayed up like almost 1:30 last night. So I guess I'm a little crazy too. I was thinking I want to get my city where it was self-sustaining. That's hard to say. Self-sustaining. And here you can see I got $8 million overnight in city cash. And I'll show you what I did. And I think just a couple recommendations that you'll need when you play this week, because you might have seen my prayer videos where we didn't know what the borders were going to be. And so for this week, these are the borders. On the right side, this is an ocean for sure, and this is um, they call it a river, but it's kind of it looks more like a big square pond. But anyway, this is a river on the south side. And so you want to build your salt on the right side, and it needs water in addition to um, salt. So that's why I have a pond and a water tower here. I'm using NFTs now, by the way. Actually, I think this guy down here, I think I need to give him some water. I just got so tired last night, I couldn't just keep doing things. The timers right now seem to be wrong. So, for example, let me show you real quick. Well, let's do this one. These are green. See, it only takes 30 seconds to make your brine when you buy the salt. And that was one of the problems I was having in my prior demo that I illustrated for you before. This is going to make it actually a lot easier because, again, as long as you put your salt on the right side by the ocean, and then on the bottom, your river is going to provide 5 waters. It's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So, like milk barns require 3 waters. So, as long as they're the third row or further down, they're going to get watered. Trees require 5 water. And right here, I think I'm growing. Oh, that's a tree. Uh, maybe I shouldn't have put trees there because well, peppermint's good. Peppermint I think only needs three or 4 water. 3 I think. This tree probably needs water, so I'm probably wasting water in a few places. There are places though the timers, like I said, are not the colors are not working exactly. For example, like up here, all these windmills are packed together, so they should have red timers. So it's showing it as a green timer here. That it's like a green, like a speed dial, whatever you call it. But it's taking 3 minutes to grind the sugar, whereas these windmills are truly green. Let's get one running here. I'm gonna wait till one starts turning. So they're all waiting on product right now. So I believe that you want to build your industrial complex this time in the upper left corner. And it was actually kind of confusing me to flip it in my mind. So I actually built this road here in the wrong place. So I'm probably going to move that road over one in the future. But I still have some crops here, which eventually I'll probably move all these crops down here later. This was just kind of like my rush and my quick start game. And so let me show you over here. Refineries are a lot more colorful than they used to be. They put out a lot of fire and smoke over here. So this is my refinery setup. I'm using two of my NFT big warehouses, one over here to hold energy and same over here. This one is getting refilled by the Tesla coil, which throws off an energy about every 45 seconds. And I still have these two wind turbines over here. So they're giving me all the energy I need to power my two candy stores, Rare, Lolly, and Pop Shops, and I'm making candy canes. So candy canes are part of my rush strategy. That, and I started off with my three milk barns. Those are NFTs, and they create milk faster than these barns over here. But basically, I put one. Well, I can put all three of these down right away and just put a bunch of meadows, and I started getting some cash on milk sales. And then I added three more milk barns. The only danger I had in this was I really got down to zero gas, but it never really. I was down to I did get down to zero gas, but I already had my refinery built at that time. But I didn't have all this stuff down here built, so I had to like turn this refinery on and make petroleum, and then turn it on and make gas, and then turn it on and make petroleum, and then turn it on and make gas. And I had to do that maybe 5 or 6 times. And by then, I had the money to build the power plants that I needed here to start making everything good. And again, this is a haunted east wing, which provides crude oil for that stuff. A lot of NFTs in here. Uh, what else can I tell you? So yeah, you want this over here because you want it. I think you want it opposite the ocean and opposite of your river. So that is as far as away as you can get. You could actually build it closer to the border over here. Like it could actually be 2 squares to the left, and then that would give me more room here for my crops. This is the thing. Some people say, "Oh, I don't need that little thing." It's called the sphere of hope, and it actually cancels the pollution or the dirtiness effect of these industrial things on the crops here. So these crops are not hurt by the dirtiness. So again, I'm using it at least now temporarily, but I'll probably move all my crops down here. But to move my crops down here, I've got to destroy all these trees. And last night I didn't have $8 million like I have now. I only have like 50 to 100, 200,000, something like that. Every tree you destroy is a $20,000 cost. This is one thing I've never done before. My roads ended up being kind of like a little Z shape here, which I don't know, it kind of worked actually kind of good because it gave me a lot of corners to put more houses on. And I needed to keep the houses as far as away as I could from these two windmills and from this wind turbine. Originally, I think I had one windmill here that was green, but then when I started adding stuff, it obviously turned red. And that's where I'm at now. I'm probably not going to do anything more with this town. I could practice other things, but I think I'm basically going to wait till noon today, and then I'm just going to rebuild this whole town again. It took me I can't remember what time I started last night. Whenever they said Townstar was live and I saw people were getting into it, I tried it then. I had to, by the way, kill my previous town, and there's an abandoned feature here. Let me show you. Abandoned town means I want to start all over. And used to it ask you to type in a number. I can't remember if it did that, so I'm not going to click it right now. But you don't want to abandon your town unless you're really sure about it. This is the new thing. They call it fast forward, which confused me at first. I thought your game continued to run on the server all the time, so you could close your browser, and that's not exactly true. So, and even they kept saying it's server based, and what they mean by that is, from what I read in the Discord, the authority is on the server. Your game still runs uh, on your Chrome browser. but somehow they've affected it where people can't cheat. And there were tricks where people could who knew like JavaScript and knew how to get into the debugger of the browser could do various cheats, and they were always trying to catch those people. Well, apparently that's going to be solved now. Um, but what this fast forward thing is means, and I think this is bad wording, update town offline. So what that means basically is fast forward is on or off. So when it's on, which by the way, it's not working yet. Michelle, Farmer Michelle told us. I don't know why they keep saying all this is going to come with Godot, but yet it's not there yet. So um, when it's on, what's going to happen is you'll close your browser, and then when you come back, say 4 hours later or 8 hours later, after you go to sleep for the night, the browser will then fast forward your game like 8 hours. I can't quite picture how they do that. Um, I don't know if it'll take time. Like maybe when you start your game, it may take 5 minutes to catch up for those 8 hours. I don't know. Or it may just be instantaneous. It may just be a formula they run. But it seems like that would be a rather difficult formula. So I can't, I don't know how they fast forward like that. So I'm kind of guessing that when they get it working, there might be like a 5-10 minute wait while it basically plays 8 hours of the game within say 5 minutes. But we don't know. That's still yet to come. This is where you set your auto sell now, and it's very similar to before. You got your customize. You click your items. The big difference here is you now say sell at instead of keep. So in the old version, you would say like keep 3. Well, now you'd want to say sell at 13. So, in other words, don't sell salt until I have 12 of them because I want to keep 2, basically. I want to keep 2 of my salt so it can go into my bakery. And that's the other thing I'm using over here. I do have I bought an NFT bakery. So I'm making butter at the same time. So that actually my rush consists of 3 things: milk, butter, and candy canes. I think that's going to work pretty good. The milk, like I said, was a bit of a drain on cash, actually. If you're making candy canes, they sell for 200 and I think 29,000, and so you don't drain your gas near as fast. But you're also waiting a long time between making the candy canes, so the milk kind of keeps the cash rolling in more regularly, but it also drains your gas pretty fast, as would sheet pens. So that's my thoughts on the new Godot. I think everybody's excited about it, and there'll be some bugs like the timer's not working right now. And sometimes in the forums you'll say, "Well, when is XYZ going to be working?" Or what certain NFT may not be working yet, or something. So there are still bugs, and they'll be working on them this week, and hopefully by the competition, the real competition, where we have the leaderboard next week, they'll have all that fixed. We hope. And anyway, I hope you enjoy trying out the new Godot game or the new version of Townstar. And we'll see you on the next video. Have a great day.